Welcome to another episode of Anything and Nothing. Tonight we are discussing Married at First Sight.
Surprise!
Episode 14 for Married at First Sight Atlanta. We're going to start with Chris and Paige because they weren't on this episode.
But it was also not a lot of drama and probably the boringest episode.
True. But Jake and Haley brought it.
They did bring it because they are like second clusterfuck of a relationship.
They are. So we're gonna start with the most boring because they're so in love and happy.
Yeah.
Bree and Vince.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't have a lot to say about Bree and Vince this week, but the kids thing came up again.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel about that?
I mean, he wants kids. And I think that he really wants kids.
Yes.
And I do appreciate later on in the episode where he took her to like I don't know if it was Dominican like restaurant or like bodega or whatever in Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
But I thought that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he showed that like he didn't have a family growing up. Like his mom, it doesn't seem like he grew up with his mom. And his dad was out of the picture. So I think that's why he really just wants a redo and to do better in life. And I think Bree will have kids. I think Bree's 28. She's probably just like, I'm not ready for kids now. And on top of that, like I have like high blood pressure. But I think she will be like, what's the chick in Dallas? They're still together, Bobby and Danielle. Danielle was like, I don't want to be a housewife. I want to stay working. I'm not ready for kids right now. And literally 6 months in, they were pregnant and the bitch is not working. So...
That's true.
I think Bree will have kids with him. I think that she loves him. I think that she will want a family with him, and they'll work out the diabetes thing. But
probably not as many kids as he wants.
No, he said 3, so maybe they'll have 2. I think she'll give them 2.
We'll see.
They're young enough.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so that was the only like big thing about like them is like the kids. I thought it was cute that he took her to the bodega and they had.
What was her visit? What did she do?
I don't think she did anything.
Oh
no, she did the tap dancing, which was boring.
Oh, that's why I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was boring. But then she also brought up how, like, you know, she was really into dance when she was younger, and she brought up the whole, like, color thing, where, like, you know, growing up, she thought, like, as a dark-skinned woman, she wasn't attractive.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
At 16, it was like, no, I love my black skin, so...
Yeah. I think Bree's so pretty. I don't know why. I mean, well,
I don't know.
She's pretty. I'm glad she doesn't think anything different now.
Yeah. I think that's all I got from them.
Yeah, I agree with the whole kids thing. I think she'll give him kids, and I think that you know he'll deal with whatever he has to deal with. I mean, he's not going anywhere if she literally cannot physically have children.
No.
In one group, Facebook group I'm in, they had mentioned about, they didn't mention about doing a surrogate, or other options instead. And I was like, you know, obviously those are other options that I'm sure they didn't even take into consideration, and they could do that. Yeah. So they're good.
I agree.
They're in love and great.
Yeah. So, all
right,
keep going, Bree and Vincent.
Yeah.
So you want to do Claire and Ryan?
Sure.
All right. So I guess first thing that I wanted to bring up was the Dr. Pepper visit. I love that Dr. Pepper brought up Ryan withholding sex and said, Claire, are you okay with it? You know, so that Claire could use her voice in front of Ryan, safe space. Dr. Pepper's there to defend her. And she said nothing. Said nothing. I'm just like, this is the second opportunity you've had.
How Clara downplays the lack of sex when Ryan's around.
Mm-hmm.
It just, to me, and she actually mentioned it during the before show or after show, the Unfiltered.
Yeah.
And again, she acted like, oh, it's not really that big of a deal. She said she said that she's dramatic, and because they played for her the whole
her freaking out with the
girls. And she just acted as if, you know, it was just me being dramatic.
I'm dramatic too, but I'm dramatic on things that like bother me.
About, right?
Yeah, like, and they're big deals. Like, that's why I'm dramatic about them. I mean, I'm dramatic about small. Like, it might look small to some people, but, like, to me, everything is major. And I feel like that's how Clara is. Like, if it's something that bothers her, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I wish she would.
I don't think she has a 1 to... I don't think she's either at 1 or 10. I don't think there's an in-between, so it's not like it's a little deal. Yeah. It's either no deal or a big deal.
Yeah, I just wish she'd... It seems like she's clear, but he's not receiving it. Because it's not like she doesn't... So
she mentions it, but she also downplays it, so why would he think that it's as big of a deal? Like, to him, he's just like, I've already told her I want to wait.
Yeah, but I think
and she's not pushing. She just mentions that
everyone keeps bringing it up might make it even more clear to him. But I've also seen him on Unfiltered, and they did the whole thing with him. I think
everything
we
is
talked about
perfect
that last week, and it's just
everything is perfect. There are 10 out of 10, Michelle.
I don't know. We'll see. She did mention though that she said something in her interview about not wanting to lead with sex in a relationship because that's what always happens. And she got the worst version of that. But
right, but I think that he needs to work on being a little bit more sexual. And she needs to work on, both of them have unhealthy, I feel like, relationships with sex. I think she has detached everything from sex, and that's the only way that she feels like she can emotionally bond with somebody, and that shouldn't be the only way that you feel like you can get intimacy with somebody. I think that that's a part of it,
right?
But it shouldn't be the only thing. And I feel like for her, that has been the only thing. But I think that because there was the lack of everything else.
Yeah.
And Ryan, I read somewhere where they were like, he's either a virgin or gay. So now they're like, he's gay.
I didn't think he was gay.
I don't think he's gay either, but I mean, he's I think he's so we talked about this, where he's so worried about what other people think of him. He wants to be perfect.
Another thing that I never thought about until just this moment.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be he just hasn't had sex in a while, so it's not a push for him. Mm-hmm. And he still believes everything that he says he believes.
Yeah.
He wants this amazing emotional connection first and base everything off that friendship and bond and trust that he wants.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. If it's been a year or two, he's probably what's 8 weeks?
Yeah. I mean, he might be like a Karen where from last season in New Orleans, and I feel like Karen withheld any type of physical contact from Miles,
right.
And she went from 0 to 100. Because I feel like after taping, she probably she had sex and was like, I am committed to this man, and they seem very he seems very happy. So I feel like she's given him some, and maybe that's my hope for Ryan and Clara. But I also just want Clara to. This might be good for Clara to be forced to have a relationship with a man that you love and you have intimacy with, but you're not having sex with him.
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah. But she's still complaining about not having sex. So there's that.
We'll see.
And then I think the last point with them is the letters. The letters to the younger self. Ryan's letter was actually all the men's letters sucked. Really short.
So
not great, and
my
hers
thing
was good.
With it was, what is she really expecting to say?
That's true.
It's Ryan.
It's Ryan.
It's Ryan. We act like we know him. It's been just a few weeks, and we are in this with him and her.
Michelle, it's been 14 weeks. We know this motherfucker.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
episode
right.
14. Oh my God. So
weeks.
We know him very well, and
they string us along for fucking 3 months.
Ryan,
a quarter of a year. We are hooked.
Yeah, I did not expect Ryan to do any more than he did.
Yeah.
I expected him to enjoy his childhood. He seemed very happy in life with his family, his upbringing and everything. So I didn't expect anything else.
Yeah.
So.
I do like that he's trying to bond with the family and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I think that based on everything, Claire doesn't use her words that much. I think they'll both say yes because Ryan thinks everything's amazing.
Definitely say yes.
And Clara doesn't use her voice, so she'll say yes.
Yeah. Hopefully he says I love you though.
He's not going to say I love you. I know she needs it, but I don't know why she needs the word. If he's doing all this stuff, then it just might be a struggle for him to say it. I'd rather
some people that's
show me words of affirmation. Oh Lord. Ugh. I don't know. Over it.
Yeah. Eric and Virginia. So,
I really like this drink, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I love it. So good. I'm a cognac fan. Give me a manly drink.
I like that you're into the dark liquors again.
I know.
Okay.
And it's like getting warmer, which doesn't make any sense. Hope I don't grow like chest on my hair. I say like brown
Chest
liquor.
on your hair?
Oh, sorry. Hair on my chest. Too many of these, not enough food.
All right, Eric in Virginia.
Yeah.
So, I guess we should talk about the cookie cutter marriage and the definition of marriage, because that was what they talked about with the doctor.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
I think that they're both kind of right, but I don't think, as usual, because again, we know these people, Eric and Virginia are not having full conversations with each other. So it's like he's getting half of what she expects in a marriage, and he's getting half of what she's like. They don't want to
ruffle feathers with each other.
Yeah, they're not coming to a conclusion about what they both need to clarify what their marriage is going to be. And I think that's the problem. And as we've said all along, like, she's young. Most of the things that she's having issues with, that she doesn't want to change, she thinks he wants her to change it because of marriage. He's actually saying it's because of marriage, but it's literally her just growing up. And I think that's what that is.
And I think the sister-in-law, when the sister-in-law met, and she was just like, I mean, her slumbering at her guy's friend, like, you just don't do, like, you shouldn't do that when you're married. Like,
right.
And I was reading, because I'm on like probably the same Facebook groups as you are with Married at First Sight, and it's like, get your drunk ass in an Uber and go, like, why don't you want to sleep in your own bed? Like,
the fact that she debated that with him.
Right. Like, the last place
and gave a really detailed example. Like, I was with him in his response, like, really? Like, that's the situation you get?
It's so crazy.
It's raining, it's dark, I can't do nothing, you're not home.
Why do you want me to come home to an empty house? And I'm just like, why would you want to sleep in your own bed? Like, my last resort is spending the night at my friend's house. Like, if I drove, then yeah, I probably will slumber. Right. But Virginia knows that she drinks often, so her ass should probably Uber everywhere.
It's true.
Sometimes I think that I can drive sober home, but I end up drinking, so it's like, But I'm also not married. Right. She's married. I would be a little bit more responsible if I had a husband at home.
Right.
Waiting for me.
Right.
And I thought the sister-in-law brought up some really great points.
The sister-in-law definitely brought up good points.
But she seems a little more mature than Virginia.
Yeah, she's older. And it seemed like she was kind of giving the points that he actually had issue with too. So, but not to her.
Right.
It was always when she did her interview, not when her. She was kind of being a good listener. With Virginia, which is good. I mean, be a good listener.
Because I don't think Eric listens.
Yeah, but in her interviews, it was like, I don't think that's gonna work out if she's gonna keep doing like she's doing. So I thought that was great. I love how they always put her with a drink. Like it's hard for me to understand.
Oh yeah, what was she making?
Was it like margarita?
No, it was some kind of shaker or something. I gotta rewatch it to see, but it was some concoction that she made.
It was just like, why do they keep doing it to her? I don't know if it's her drink or if it's them.
I'm sure that they'll do like something where like they will bring up Virginia's drinking, and I want to know if like she feels like it's an editing thing or if that's really her. But I feel like it's a really her thing. I think she likes to drink.
Yeah.
And she enjoys it.
Yeah.
I don't personally think she has an alcohol problem. I don't think she's an alcoholic. But she she always constantly like is moving.
I don't think she drinks any more than I drank at 26. So.
Right. So,
what about the calling the parents and siblings thing? How did you feel about that?
So they're almost 2 months in. I mean, I guess because I'm not married, right? Like, I guess because they're married, it's an expedited process. I think she made a bigger deal about it. Like, you aren't reaching out to my family like I'm reaching out to yours. Here's my thing. You don't judge the other person's actions and what you're doing. Like, you want to bond with them. Some people kind of are like cool with them just being their in-laws. I see you in holidays. I don't want to be your dad's best friend. I don't want to be your sister's best friend. And I think you have to like respect that. Now, if they meet each other and it's like this bond, cool. But I don't think you can force that. Like, sometimes in-laws are just in-laws. And that's it.
And the whole crying about it, to me, came across, like you just said, like she's forcing it. And I don't think she is realizing that she seems to be forcing it.
Right.
Like, obviously, if he wanted to call your dad or your sister or whatever.
Like, what's he going to talk about with her sister?
Right. The fact that she cried about that, I was so confused.
Maybe she's crying about something else.
Yeah, maybe so, because there should not be an expectation of you talking to someone's parents or siblings. Like,
and I think it'd be interesting, like, you know, people that are married, like, definitely comment, but, you know, do you, like, feel some type of way? Like, do you feel like if you're married, like, you reach out to your sister-in-law or your brother-in-law? I personally don't. Like, again, there are your in-laws. These are people that you didn't sign up to be with. You signed up to be with that person, and yeah, we're going to be cordial. We can do family things together, but we're not best friends. Like, she's my friend, so.
So, another thing that she said, which I actually liked, but I thought it was a good rebuttal to him. So, Eric has all along been very much, I want you to need me. Mm-hmm. He said that to her, and this episode, she said, can I want you instead of need you?
Yeah.
And I think they paused it and went to commercial, but because he probably was like, nah.
Yeah, he needs to be needed.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's such a crippling kind of thing. Like, I don't want to be needed. I want to be wanted, not needed. Because needed is almost like a child. Like, a child needs you.
Yeah.
You know, like, I depend on this person for this. We're adults, we're functioning. We should not be dependent on other people for our happiness, for what, you know, for those things.
Yeah.
It's like, they should be like an added benefit.
Yeah.
I just feel like need is not the right thing that you should. I don't want to be needed by somebody. If I have a kid, I want to be needed.
For me, I would probably, if that's the word he wants to use, cool. Yeah. I do need you to take out the trash. I do need you to fix my car if something's wrong with it.
Yeah.
I do need you to pick up heavy things because I can't.
You could interchange that with want, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, if that's the word he wants to use, just let him have the word.
I don't think that Virginia likes the word, though. So they have to come to...
She gonna have to come to a realization. Just let him have the word.
Yeah.
If that's what he needs,
let him have it. If that's what he needs. Yes. I love it.
Because it's not really hurting her to tell him.
No.
Sure, I need you to do that for me, thanks.
Yeah. I think Virginia just has a lot of growing up to do. Yes. And I'm sad that they... Yes. I think if they put Eric with somebody that was maybe like a couple of years older than her, or Virginia a couple of years older, I think if Eric was more of a partier and like more youthful, I think he might work with Virginia.
Right.
Because I think you can be like, I think the reason why the experts match him is because like Eric's stable and all this stuff. I think you can get a partier at 34 that is still stable, has their own house, like responsible, they have a job. But on the weekends, or whenever they're off, they like letting loose. They like popping a bottle. Eric doesn't like doing any of that stuff.
Yeah, but maybe it's hard to find in Atlanta.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else on them?
Nope.
Okay. So I guess, and since we can't talk about Chris and Paige's fucked up relationship, we'll go to the second best fucked up relationship, Haley and Jake. So I know what you want to get to, which is what everybody's talking about.
The bracelet.
The $800 bracelet.
Right. Which I think I showed you a screenshot of how much it was. Somebody found it.
Yeah, now it's on sale. But okay, maybe let's talk about the bracelet. So it was the biggest thing.
I was surprised by the bracelet. I didn't even remember.
I didn't remember he gave her a bracelet either.
I appreciate, thank you producers for flashing back to all those moments, because I'm sure some of those moments might not have been seen, but I know that I do remember him giving her a gift in the pre-show, but I don't remember what the gift was.
I didn't remember her giving him the hat either. But when you compare the hat and the bracelet and how she was trying to say, well, you're not wearing the hat.
Right.
And he was like, but I got it. And I think that's weird. That, like, I understand. Actually, I don't understand why she gave it to her mom. Because I get, like, she's just like, it's not like it's thousands of dollars. Like, you can just put the bracelet on and you travel with it.
Well, no, her point was she didn't know it was a bracelet.
Oh, she thought it was a necklace.
She never took it out the box. which probably
Which
also
is
makes him
weird.
feel away.
Yeah, I would have took it out and been like, oh, what is this?
Like she didn't even take it out the box. So that was all. I'm sure in his mind, she already don't care about what I gave her.
Yeah, and that was before even meeting me.
Right, before even meeting him. She didn't even take it out to even know that it was a bracelet instead of a necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the fact, yeah, everything went on. It was a wedding, it was a reception, but you still get your gift. Like, why would your mom not give you your things?
Right.
Like, why would you let your mom take those? So I'm with him on that. Like, why?
I love that Dr. Pepper was like, Haley, you need to take responsibility for hurting his feelings. Like, own up to it. And I think that's what he needs. And I think right now, I think he's done.
Oh,
Like, he's
done,
not
she's
very
done.
nice.
Yeah.
And I think she was just like, she's surprised why he's not nice to her. And I'm just like, but you're not nice to him.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of Team Jake on it. But I thought the bracelet was kind of messed up. And, you know, her trying to, you know, say, oh, but I got you the hat and you don't wear that. Well, I've never seen him with a baseball hat, one.
Yeah.
And not everybody wears baseball hats. So.
Yeah, her defense of it was
dumb.
Piss poor. Like, if you're going to defend your stance on it, what the points she made were not it.
Now, what do you think about the money? Because he kept bringing up, it was $800 bracelet. It was $800 bracelet.
Now, he didn't need to bring up how much.
He brought it up multiple times.
But I think his point was that it wasn't just some little charm that he picked up at you know, Claire's.
Yeah, he spent money on it.
So
and that's what Dr. Pepper was saying.
And that's what she's not getting. And
Yeah.
I think her not understanding his point is the problem. She's doing more, what did they say?
Deflecting?
No, like she's hearing him, but she's not listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's messed up, but I wish they just leave each other alone.
Yeah.
But I did say I was going to tell you about this.
Yeah.
On Unfiltered, she did bring up a point during Unfiltered that kind of puts a little light on what she's been saying all along about them not clicking, and we've kind of picked up on it too a little bit. But I guess in some kind of conversation ahead, he mentions his love language.
What is
and
that?
tells her, she didn't even say it. She said he mentioned, maybe she did say his love language, touch.
Okay.
Said,
like every man's.
Most men, yeah.
I've never met a man that's love language is not touch.
So she said his love language was touch, and she said he didn't even ask mine.
Oh.
And I said, that's a good point. Like, I have never told someone what my love language was and not asked what theirs is in return. Like, why would I even offer it?
But you notice, but I think that goes back to them. He's not a good communicator. He doesn't know how to talk. He's like,
he doesn't know how to have a conversation.
Right. Like he says yes.
I think he communicates because clearly he's talked about this bracelet a lot.
Yeah.
And talked about how unattractive she is to him. I think he communicates. I think he's not a conversationalist.
No, like
he doesn't know how to have a conversation. Like
two-way street.
Like I think that
this would be a struggle for him.
Oh, he would struggle completely. Like I thought that was an easy if anything.
What's your love language? Mine is this. What's yours? Like it's simple. Like did he miss that in school?
I don't know. He missed it though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you want to bring up the fact of his short shorts. I thought that was weird because his shorts were.
I had to rewind to see what she saw because I immediately saw the shoes.
And I saw the shorts. I looked at his legs. I was like, "Whoa, his legs are so toned."
Then I saw the shorts, and I said, "Are those pockets coming out?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pockets come out at the bottom. Like, come on, sir.
Yeah.
He's an interesting person.
He's really weird.
He just needs another weird person. Kind of like how last season they found those two perfect weird people.
Yes, they
needed another weird person, and they just didn't have. They shouldn't have picked him.
Yeah.
Or they should have picked Haley. One of the other.
Do you think he could be with a socially awkward person? You think he would? You don't think he'd be bored?
No.
I think he needs presence and somebody like him.
I think someone else that gets his awkward jokes would be perfect for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he needs someone to bounce those weird things off. He would probably find it hilarious. Someone tell a joke that nobody thought was funny.
I don't know. I mean, I know personally I couldn't date Jake, so I can't hate on Haley for not, but I just wish that she would bow out. She should just bow out. Like her whole I I want to work on it. I'm still here. I still want to work on it. And it's like, girl, we know you're going to say no.
Yeah.
Why are you putting us through this misery? Get yourself out that misery.
Let it go.
Just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
What's that Frozen song? Let it go.
Okay, that's what we're doing. All right.
No, not at all. Anything else on them?
No. I'm
All
done
right.
with them.
Yeah. Peace out.
All
Let
right.
us know what you think.
Bye.
Bye.